Ewan McGregor's wife Eve Mavrikis has previously admitted feeling obsessively jealous of her husband's steamy scenes with leading ladies. Known to strip off on screen, Ewan has starred opposite a number of stunning actresses throughout his career, from Cameron Diaz to Rachel Weisz and Nicole Kidman. But these steamy scenes didn't always sit well with his wife Eve, who he reportedly split from in May this year. And while some women might ban their husbands from getting their kid off to simulate sex with stunning females, Eve admitted it was only one actress who really got under her skin. In 1996, Ewan starred in the career-defining Trainspotting alongside Kelly MacDonald, who played his character Renton's lover Diane. And it was this on-screen partnership that upset Eve, who was pregnant with her and Ewan's child Claire at the time, and saw her become increasingly envious. She had reason to raise an eyebrow. The sex scene between Renton and Diane is the steamiest moment in the film and cemented Ewan's fearless character when it came to stripping off for the camera. Describing how she felt in an interview 6 years later, Eve admitted she struggled to cope with Ewan's filming requirements. It was when I was pregnant with Clara, and Ewan was doing Trainspotting. He had a sex scene with Kelly MacDonald, who is delightful. I was putting on all this weight, and she was a beautiful fresh flower. Maybe it was my hormones, but it took me until after the birth not to tremble when I saw her. That is the only time I have ever felt jealous. 8 years later, Ewan also spoke of the animosity the iconic sex scene ended up bringing to his marriage. Speaking to Parade in 2010, he said, "I have done quite a few sex scenes in my career. But my wife has always been okay with them except when she was pregnant with our first daughter, Clara, and I went off to do the sex scene in Trainspotting. Hormonal, she was all over the place. We had a massive fight about it. But that's the only time it's ever been an issue." Look, it's a weird situation to be seeing your partner in an emotional and sexual embrace with someone else in front of an audience of people. But it's my job. And, ultimately, she's completely cool with it. Years later, Kelly herself also addressed Eve's comments, admitting she was bemused why Eve was ever jealous of her, declaring she thought it was completely mad. "I always thought she never liked me. Eve was always pleasant, but there was this underlying attitude which I took completely personally, and me, of all people," Kelly admitted. Ewan has acted with people like Nicole Kidman, Cameron Diaz, Rachel Weisz and Anna Friel. "To think she was jealous of me made me feel she must be completely mad. But we have met up since and it is now perfectly okay." Eve was, indeed, subjected to seeing her husband starring in a number of steamy scenes across many of his films after Trainspotting. While had already shared a bed with Rachel Weisz in 1993 TV series Scarlet Black, even once admitting to becoming aroused during a between-the-sheets scene with Alice Cridge in the same BBC play. In 1997, Ewan starred opposite stunning American actress Diaz in A Life Less Ordinary. Further films included Rogue Trader 1999, which he enjoyed a few sex scenes with Anna Friel. After 2001's Moulin Rouge, in which Ewan starred with Nicole Kidman, rumors were rife that the pair had enjoyed a raucous time. Of course, this was strenuously denied by McGregor, with no truth to the tale. Addressing his working relationship with Nicole at the time, Ewan said in an interview in 2001, "She's hugely famous and there was an element of me thinking, fucking hell, it really is her, in the flesh. After the initial nerves, we got on great. It was like having an older sister." The rumors of a relationship were crazy. "We were good mates, nothing more." Ewan often spoke openly about his marriage to Eve, once declaring it was finding new things out about the set designer that kept him hooked. In a 2012 interview, he said, "I've been in my relationship for a very long time. There are always new things that happen, things that surprise you or you discover about yourself and your partner all the time. However, the lovely feeling of having been with someone for a really long time, it's not about being a beginner, it's the fact you know each other so well and you're so comfortable in each other's company. It's about where it goes from there. That's what makes our relationship, our marriage, our partnership, whatever. It is so wonderful." In that same year, he admitted in another interview he felt that, despite being Eve's husband for 16 years, they were both still beginners at marriage. 4 years later, in an interview with Dad Info in 2015, Ewan declared he only felt happy when he met Eve and settled down with her. "I was just 23 at the time, so she was with me through all of that craziness. It took me a while to realize what makes you happy and content and what doesn't," he admitted. At the time when you're riding a wave of success and you're drinking and partying, you think you're happy, but that's not the case. Ewan and Eve's relationship hit headlines this week when the actor was spotted kissing his Fargo co-star, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, in a cafe in London. Eve was then spotted out in Santa Monica without her wedding ring, amid rumors the couple split in May this year. The same month, Mary Elizabeth ended her marriage to childhood sweetheart Riley Stearns. More Ewan McGregor's wife Eve Maverick is spotted without her wedding ring on following Mary Elizabeth Winstead kissing pictures. More Ewan McGregor splits from wife of 22 years as he's pictured kissing Fargo co-star Mary Elizabeth Winstead.